Hey guys, Flaming Shark back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing another blind reaction to RWBY Volume 3, World of Remnant 2? No, sorry, World of Remnant 3. It's the third World of Remnant for Volume 3, the seventh World of Remnant overall. It is the Continental Transmit System, or the CCT system. I don't know if they call it the CCTS, because there was the CCT Tower, which was brought up in Season 2, Episode, I want to say 2, it might have been Episode 3. No, it was Episode 3, which was the one where Weiss and RWBY went to the tower, and then, you know, RWBY ended up leaving because of Penny, but Weiss went into the CCT Tower and made a call to the Schnee World Headquarters to get some files. That was when they first mentioned Winter and all that crap. But, anyways, as well as the first time we really saw... Never mind. I was going to say conflict between her and her father. They kind of sort of mentioned it before, but it was the first time they actually showed... Well, no, it was really the second time. But anyways, that's irrelevant. We're doing a reaction, like I said, to the World of Remnant on the CCT system. This is weird timing coming after Chapter 6, which I've said is probably the best episode of RWBY of all time so far. So I'm really curious to see how that goes and how things progress. I'm watching this the day of the 3rd of January. I held off on watching this, and I figured I'd react to it. I downloaded the YouTube video because, you know, by this time the YouTube video's up, and then I'll probably react to Episode 7 right after this, because I didn't want to watch the World of Remnant and then have to wait another week for the thing. And so far, as of recording this, I'm still on my copyright strike. I'm hoping any day now it should go away. But for now, you know, it is what it is. Anyways, this is my, like I said, my reaction to the RWBY World of Remnant on the Continental Transmit System, and it will commence in 3, 2, 1, and play. Oops, I didn't plug this in.
Throughout the years, the World of Remnant has seen hundreds of technological advances that have changed society. The most influential of all of them being the Continental
Transmit System. There we go.
Prior
I figured it out.
Of the CCTS.
Okay, the CCTS, I can call it that.
Was extremely limited. The discovery and development of radio technology allowed for communication within the boundaries of most kingdoms.
Fair enough.
But communication with other parts of the world was restricted to the physical delivery of messages.
Fair enough.
With every alternative form of communication that was proposed, there seemed to be the perfect obstacle.
Yep, there's the Grimm.
The destructive nature of the creatures of Grimm severely limited the reliability of ground-based technologies. The concept of relay satellites orbiting around the planet was...
So they can't have space travel. That totally ruins the moon.
Modern man has yet to make the technological advancements required to achieve space.
Oh, fuck.
As all known dust types lose their power as they begin to leave Remnant's atmosphere.
Damn it! I was just about
Eventually, it was the people of
I'll talk about that later.
The world's leader in science and technology, that developed the Continental Transmit System.
Fair enough.
It was revolutionary. Like radio, signals were sent and received wirelessly, though the content of these transmissions were not nearly as limited. Audio, video, images, and text were all
so it's like the internet, basically.
And eventually, an entire online web of information was at
everyone's
fingertips.
They literally just said
the system is supported by 4 primary relay towers.
One in each kingdom.
Each located within a safeguarded area of the kingdoms.
I'll assume that one in the middle is the Vale one, because we know Vale is the middle kingdom.
Of devices such as scrolls. The signals become less reliable the farther a user travels from the CCT tower. And although smaller support towers do exist outside of kingdoms, they are constantly at risk of destruction by the creatures of Grimm. Shortcomings aside, for the first time in history, digital transmissions between kingdoms were possible through the use of slightly more advanced devices. Typically,
there's a reference to Volume 2, Episode 3, where Weiss was there.
The Continental Transmit System has and will continue to advance the progression of mankind. However, if one of the 4 towers is taken offline, the entire network fails with it. A slight inconvenience during routine maintenance, but to be honest, I find the limitation somewhat poetic.
Poetic?
No one voice is louder than the others, and no voice may be silenced without the rest. If the people of Remnant are to speak, then they shall do so together.
Or not at all.
Or not at all.
Whoa, I called it! Word for word. I guess that was pretty predictable, but still. Alright, so that was the CCTS RWBY World of Remnant. And I have to say, this seemed irrelevant to our current situation. The whole, if one goes down, they all go down. I was thinking for a while that maybe they would take out the tower, considering that she broke into the tower. I was thinking the idea of her hacking into the tower, taking out the tower, and then from there, after taking out the tower, she would take out the tower, and that would cut Vale off from the rest of the world, which more or less I think still is the plan, but it's a lot bigger than that, because if she can, she's got a virus in the tower, among other things, and if she, referring to Cinder, can take out that tower, the tower in Vale, she effectively destroys the network, the whole network goes down anyways. So at least for a temporary amount of time, who knows how long, but for a certain amount of time, communication, the internet, imagine the internet's down, there's no long-range communication, becomes impossible. That's big. We know, like I said, that she's hacked into that, among other things, such as Ironwood ship, most likely, like I said, among other things. But, and I think this all goes into the fact that having seen Chapter 6, I have to realize when I'm watching this, I've seen up to Chapter 6 and all the World of Remnants, but I've not seen Chapter 7, because I'm about to react to it after this, because that's just the chronological order of all this. I think that she's going after Amber. I think her direct goal is just to get the rest of Amber's powers and then work from there. Now, what her plan is beyond that is unclear, but it definitely has to do with the CCT system, taking out the CCT tower, or it could also... that could be a means to an end in the form of taking the rest of Amber's power. It might just be that when she eliminates the CCT tower, she will be able to eliminate Amber through, means of, all the chaos, other people will be busy, and then she'll kind of be able to sneak in while everyone's busy with the Grimm or whatever, because all the things are kind of churning together. The Grimm look like they're about to attack Vale. The system is probably able to be taken down at a moment's notice, I think, when the timing is right, among other things. So anyways, the fact that man, or the people of Remnant, have not achieved space travel yet is really interesting. Because it implies, well, it doesn't imply, it confirms that they've never been to the moon. I know moon theories, they've been around since Volume 1, they've been around since the beginning of this series, but seriously looking at all this, I've heard a lot of theories, and I heard a theory not too long back from a friend, a subscriber, who talks to me on Skype every once in a while, and it was, it was nuts, and I saw some merit to it, but it was kind of okay. And yes, there's a lot of foreshadowing to imply that he's right. But this tiny little detail, as small as it is kind of that little push, that nudge that makes me think, oh shit. Especially since I've seen a similar theory from another person on a comment before, and I'm like, holy shit. I don't want to go out and say it is my theory, but I honestly, I'm going to wait a little while because it's not something I think we'll learn this volume, at the very least. I'm going to hold on that. I do have another theory. I have a theory that I literally think is true. With all my theories, I don't think they're true. I'm just saying it's possible they could go that route. One theory that I legitimately full-blown think is true is that RWBY is a maiden. Already. And that has to do with the fact that I think Summer was a maiden. I think she did die. I do truly believe that she's dead. I don't believe that she isn't dead. I think it's just a route they could take. But if I had to actually say, this is what I think is the case. I think she's dead. And when she died in your final thoughts, little RWBY, and the power was transferred to RWBY, and they already all know it. Ozpin, Good Witch, everything. And that would make all the RWBY symbolism that they've built up to the fact that Pyrrha was the chosen maiden make sense. That it's going to be RWBY and Pyrrha, and whoever the two other maidens are. That is, if Cinder doesn't get all the power and Pyrrha is left not being a maiden. We will have to see. Anyways, I want to watch episode 7. I'm going to get to that, but first, I have to say, Flamin' Shark, sign now. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I'll see you next time in another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.